30 Nelson Mandela quotes, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear." Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. It always seems impossible until it's done. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin, or his background, or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love, for love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. I am not a saint, unless you think of a saint as a sinner who keeps on trying. I detest racialism because I regard it as a barbaric thing, whether it comes from a black man or a white man. Lead from the back, and let others believe they are in front. Difficulties break some men but make others. No axe is sharp enough to cut the soul of a sinner who keeps on trying, one armed with the hope that he will rise even in the end. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. It is better to lead from behind and to put others in front, especially when you celebrate victory when nice things occur. You take the front line when there is danger. Then people will appreciate your leadership. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy. Then he becomes your partner. I am fundamentally an optimist. Whether that comes from nature or nurture, I cannot say. Part of being optimistic is keeping one's head pointed toward the sun, one's feet moving forward. There were many dark moments when my faith in humanity was sorely tested, but I would not and could not give myself up to despair. That way lays defeat and death. There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. We must use time creatively, in the knowledge that the time is always ripe to do right. No one truly knows a nation until one has been inside its jails. A nation should not be judged by how it treats its highest citizens, but its lowest ones. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. As I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison. Courageous people do not fear forgiving, for the sake of peace. I have walked that long road to freedom. I have tried not to falter. I have made missteps along the way. But I have discovered the secret that after climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. I dream of the realization of the unity of Africa, whereby its leaders combine in their efforts to solve the problems of this continent. I dream of our vast deserts, of our forests, of all our great wilderness. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Money won't create success, the freedom to make it will. I am not an optimist, but a great believer of hope. It is not where you start but how high you aim that matters for success. Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. We can change the world and make it a better place. It is in your hands to make a difference. It is said that no one truly knows a nation until one has been inside its jails. A nation should not be judged by how it treats its highest citizens, but its lowest ones. A good leader can engage in a debate frankly and thoroughly, knowing that at the end he and the other side must be closer, and thus emerge stronger. You don't have that idea when you are arrogant, superficial, and uninformed. It is never my custom to use words lightly. If 27 years in prison have done anything to us, it was to use the silence of solitude to make us understand how precious words are and how real speech is in its impact on the way people live and die.